I started smoking weed at 15, but then like in high school, like we were snorting before our first period.
So, here we go.
I'm Persephone. I am a sex worker and I'm from Dayton, Ohio. And I am addicted to fentanyl and benzos. And basically, I'm a multi user, but my main choices are fentanyl and benzos. But I do anything and everything.
What was life like as a kid?
Life like a kid, as a kid was, it was lonely. I'm an only child. My mom always worked 2 jobs, but I was spoiled. Like I got anything and everything that I wanted. I think like her love language was maybe gift giving, but the time, I needed spent, that wasn't. I mean, I did get to do things. I got, Six Flags and things like that. And, I can't say it was bad, but it was lonely. And I found out at 13 that my dad, who thought was my dad that lived in Atlanta, Georgia, was not my dad. So I do not know who my father is. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was awful, just lonely. And I do not know this for sure. I've talked about with a couple close friends before. I had an uncle that stayed with us from time to time. And I don't know if maybe I was molested because for years I would wake up and my muscles, like in between where my groin is, would be like they would be sore, like I worked out all night. And then one year I figured out it was because in my sleep I was squeezing my legs really, really tight together. So I feel like that's some kind of defense mechanism of maybe something, because it happened for years. And I didn't realize it till years later, like as a teenager in high school. Maybe I was 17 when I realized that's why I would wake up like that. And then I remember also like having a bad dream as a kid, maybe around 8, 9 years old. And it was a dream that my mom or somebody was punching me in the arm. But then when I woke up, my arm was actually sore. So I think that's another, maybe a sign that something was happening, and that I'm one of those people that suppressed is so far deep that I can't remember. But then again, like sometimes my brain tells me maybe you want something to have happened to you, like, but who wants that? I think, and it's like some form of denial. I don't know, because, I don't have a vivid memory of being abused, but I know that, like those 2 situations I just explained, like that's some kind of something that I feel is a.
How old were you when that was happening?
When I had the dream about being punched in the arm.
Yes.
I was about 8 or 9 when that happened, but the muscles being squeezed, I mean, that happened for years, even when that person wasn't around. It was just, I don't know, like it would happen every so often, but for years.
So then, did you go to high school?
Yeah.
And did you what were your grades like? Were you a good student?
They put me on Adderall at the age of 12 or 13, and I took it all the way through high school. I did sell it a little bit, but when I realized that I got better grades, I did start taking my medicine, but my grades were like C's, D's, but I always excelled in. I was always in. They had 3 like. Certain types of English classes, like one was like regular, the one was like college prep, where you like your above average, and then there was honors. So I was always in the like above average class of English. So that was my best subject. I always did well in that. So that's the subject I always received the best grades in. But I was like an average to, it just depends on what it was. But, you know, I wasn't like an excellent, like A. I wasn't an A, B student. I was like a C, like some D's kind of student.
So when did you graduate high school?
Yep.
And what happened after that?
I partied, and then I signed up for college for a little bit. Actually, my major was criminal justice, and that's around the time that I started using, and so I stopped going.
You wanted to be
A corrections officer.
corrections officer?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to jail?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of ironic.
Yeah, right.
What? So let's go back to when your addiction started. How did that happen? Was it you said you're addicted to Xanax and to fentanyl? Which one was first?
Probably the benzos, because at 17, like, I've been doing drugs since like I started smoking weed at 15, but then like in high school, like we were snorting coke before our first period and like all that. So, but the real hard drug use started at 19, like heroin.
How did that happen? How'd you get introduced to heroin?
I was hanging out with a friend, and like we're sitting there having a conversation. She was like, "Girl, you know what I did the other day, and it was the shit." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Heroin," and I was like, "What? Heroin? The fuck? Like what?" And then next thing I know, we're doing heroin together and like sneaking. Like I almost like was living a double life. Like I was still partying with my friends that had been my friends through high school, and you know, and then on the side I was chilling with whole dope fiends, like totally been addicts for years and shooting up for years. Like,
What was it like the first time you tried heroin? Explain it to somebody in a way that, you know, someone that's never done it before. I want you to try to explain it so well that they can feel it.
Okay, so like I'm a depressive sleeper, right? So I love sleep. And like when I did it, it felt like I was asleep and awake at the same time. So it's like, and it's like a big warm like hug, and it's like a glass over the world. Like if you're a person that like emotions overwhelm you, you feel energies, it takes that, it puts a wall in between those two, like the real world and like the world around you. It's like, it's just, you know, if you like, it's just like I said, I like sleep, but I'm like, gives you the feeling of a good ass sleep and being awake at the same time.
Do you think it's the best feeling in the world?
Not so much, no. From what I've been through and for how long, being sober and the like spending time with your kids and seeing smiles on their face and how much they love you, that's the best feeling in the world. But if we're talking drugs, I mean, I guess I think benzos is the best feeling in the world, actually. But
How's that better? To explain what benzos feel like.
just because I have a lot of I have some nerve damage too that takes away from me. But like, it just like it takes away any kind of filter that you have, which can be a bad thing, you know. But it just totally calms you. I mean, like, I don't know. It just feels good. Like,
You said you had been sober before.
yeah, many times.
Many times. How many times have you been to rehab?
I've been to rehab 5 times.
Okay. And do you want to be clean?
Yes.
You do want to be clean?
Yes. That's actually in my like goal list right now.
To stop doing what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Does your lifestyle of escorting and sex work, is that directly correlated to your drug use?
Yep.
So if you were to get clean tomorrow, would you stop doing the escorting?
Probably not, because I need the money to get some things that are going to help me live a normal life, like a vehicle. And, you know, until I, you know, I have a plan to go to beauty school. So, you know, I'm like still going to need the money. But like once I can get to a place where I'm satisfied and I'm able to accomplish the things that you know, I have made enough money to accomplish the things that I need to accomplish to be successful, then of course, yes, done.
So, do you enjoy, is sex work to you, is that a job or like?
Oh, it is definitely, sex work is work. It is a job.
Do you hate doing it?
No, I don't hate doing it. I hate some of the people that I have to do it with, but I don't like it. I do not like it. I don't get pleasure from it. I try, like, you know, sometimes, you know, like, shit, I'm gonna fucking use my imagination today, so I can get something out of this besides, you know, like, also to try to, you know, make them feel good and, like, being a good actor, you know, but no, I don't. It's not something I do for pleasure. Nope.
How many times a day how many dates do you have on a daily basis?
So, like, I'm not, like, real big. Like, I have a low volume right now. Sometimes I have spurts where I get a lot of good customers, like, you know, 4, 5, 6, you know, dates a day. But then, like, I have days where, like, I don't have any. But I'm getting ready to switch over to a better site that is a top, because there's levels to this shit, and I'm like above the level of where I'm at, posted at. Like, so I'm getting ready to move over to a better paying, like,
Clientele.
yeah, site that you post that, you know, more money, like minimum is, you know, what I need to be making.
So what are you charging for an hour right now, or do you have like different levels, like short like visit and
Yeah, like I have quick visits, you know, half hours.
And what are your rates for those?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What about when you get to that level of the next website? Is there like a level?
Oh yeah, it's going up like only hour services and flat 450 to 500 an hour.
For an hour. Is there anything that you believe, like when you advertise yourself? What are you known for? Are you good at as like
blowjobs is what I'm known for. Like, it's what I have a nice ratings on and reviews.
Okay. Is that what most of your dates, when you see them, like if you see 5 people today, are
no, it would be half and half.
What, half blowjobs and half sex?
Yeah, gotcha. but like I would say mostly though blowjobs. I will tell you what my minimum is. I won't take anything under $100.
Okay.
You know, so that's like the minimum. But like I said, I'm getting away from that, and that's not even going to be like no more. I'm going, you know, moving up.
Yeah. Are there things that you won't do if someone were to ask for something?
Nothing unprotected and nothing anal.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely no anal. You're not putting anything in my asshole, no. And definitely protection. I don't care what you don't like. I don't care if you're allergic to latex. Like, there's other shit you can get. Like, nothing unprotected.
What are some of the strange requests that you've had?
Strange request. Like, will you pee on me? Like, pee on my mouth. Some foot play. But the most recent is that I did see is a man that wants me to be on my cycle, and he wants me to sit on my face or just eat my pussy while I'm on my cycle.
He wants you, and does he come every time? Does he know your cycle?
I don't know if he comes or not. I don't have to touch him. He doesn't take off his clothes. I mean, it is simply I don't know what's happening for him down there. Like he's enjoying everything that's going on down there. Like
Does he do that for a whole hour?
if I let him.
Yeah. So does he contact you when you're
Yeah, like
menstruating on a monthly
he
basis?
knows my like cycle before I do. Like he texted me the other day and was like, asked me something. I was like, no, not yet. And then the next day I was like, oh, well, I guess you know me better than me because you can come through now. Like, oh,
And does he come quick? Does he come get here quick?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's probably waiting, huh?
yeah, yep. It's fucking weird. Like, I don't know.
Do you see, for people that are watching, would it surprise individuals that are watching to hear what kind of people you're seeing? Like, do you see women? Do you see men? Do you see young, old, black, white, rich, poor?
No, I don't see women, but I see old, young, black, white, Mexican, Eastern Indian, Arabic, every. There's not one like I can't think of one. I don't think I've had an Asian though.
No.
Yeah, but
What are most of the guys like that come see you?
what do you mean? What are they like? What color are they?
Yeah, just like
Mostly white. I think. Actually, I don't know because the black guys have they're way cheaper though. Like they're cheap as fuck. But they have increased. But mostly for me, it's a lot of white guys, older white guys. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. So more white, like mostly white.
You ever had any scary experiences with dates?
One scary one was like I mean technically like textbook like I would say that I have been like raped because I did say no, but like this he was a Mexican dude. Like he asked me if I wanted something to eat. He brought me what I wanted to eat, but he didn't have any money, and I'm like, I can't, whatever. And like somehow we got back to the bedroom, and like I just said like I can't. You have to pay me. You have to pay me. And he's like talking is whatever, and basically did what he wanted to do. I said no, but like it's not like I fucking punched him in his head, and like there's more I could have done, I feel like. And it's not that I'm blaming myself or anything like that, but it's like I kind of let it happen, but I did say no, and that's all that it fucking takes is no. So but
Do you protect
and then
Do you protect? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and then there was one time somebody wanted some crack or whatever, and so I let them smoke some crack, and they like doing some weird ass like I don't know what the fuck was going on with dude. Like he was grabbing his left arm, and like I don't know if he was having a stroke or whatever the fuck, but he started acting weird. Like, and I'm like, dude, you gotta go. Like, and it took him a minute to get up and go, and I didn't know if he was like being serious or if he was just trying to like stay because of whatever. He just wanted me to keep getting him drugs or whatever. But I finally got him out the door. But other than that, like, not really had any scary moments yet. Knock on wood, thank God. And he has protected me for sure.
You believe in God?
Oh yeah. It's my number one savior. That is my higher power. I also believe like, in the law. I believe in other things. I believe in nature. I believe in the universe, but ultimately God is my number one.
When you just knocked on that wood, I looked over there and I noticed that it almost looks like there's some lines. Do you snort? You snort your drugs?
Yeah.
You don't shoot it up or anything?
No, I used to for years. I used to shoot in my neck. Yeah, I used to shoot up for years, but no, not right now anymore. Not anymore. I smoke it and snort it.
Smoke the Fentanyl?
Yeah.
And then for the Xanax, do you just swallow those?
Oh, I chew them up and eat them. Yeah, and swallow them.
You ever been arrested?
Oh, yeah. I've been arrested probably around 12 times.
Any, like, significant time?
The most that I've done is like 90 days. But I do have felonies though, but I never went to prison. I don't have any numbers or anything. But like the first 2-3 times that I ever went to jail, it's because my mom put me there. Like, I don't know. I've had a like trying relationship with her. Like, she has some deep rooted control issues, and like that ain't, I ain't going for that. Like, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but the other times, I did it. Mostly like probation violations and things like that. Maybe I got caught stealing, I think, one time, but I already had a probation violation warrant, so it wasn't just for the stealing. It was basically for the probation violation. So, yeah.
It's a good day for you, overall.
Like how much money would I make?
No, just emotionally and mentally, like.
Oh,
how do you
like
describe
when I'm
a
with
good
my
day?
kids, and we're doing stuff, and I'm just with them,
How
getting
many
to be a
kids do you
mom. I have 2.
2 kids? And
Yep.
how old are they?
10 and 7,
And
which will
so,
be 8 in soon.
and you want to get clean for them?
Oh yeah. Well, I want to get clean for me,
Sure.
so that I can be there for them
Okay. So do you think you're going to
and get more rights than I already have. Like I have some. But I want some more, and I want to be, I gotta be clean and everything. But I want to go even further with, filing for certain rights and stuff that I know that I have or can get.
What are withdrawals like when you don't have your drugs?
It is awful. I mean, your whole body hurts. It's anxiety out the ass, like just the first thing is you can be sitting there watching TV and your emotions you can feel, and you're crying because of a commercial you just seen, like it hits you. You can feel again when that shit wears off. And then besides the physical pain, stomach aches, guts turn sweaty, hot, like seeping, freaking, all the toxins, sweating out all the shit you done put in your body. So, yeah. The shits. I don't necessarily get that, but, or like throwing up. Some people get like violently like throwing up type of stuff. I don't necessarily get like that unless I did the one time I got out of jail and I knew I was going right to like the dope boy picked me up out of jail. And for some reason I got so sick, and I don't know if it's because my brain knew like your shit's right here. You're about to get well. Like, and it just made me like I was throwing up and like having a bowel movement at the same time. I got so sick. I know, like, for what? Like, I didn't even do 24 hours.
In the car with the dope boy, you started doing that?
No, like my stomach started turning in the car, and then when we got to the house, the trap, then I got that sick.
Gotcha.
But
Are you afraid at all? Like, are you afraid at all of overdosing and dying and being raped or kidnapped? Like, are you scared? Do you protect yourself?
I don't think I am. I don't think I have. Like, I have some switchblades. I have some mason here. I don't have it in the places that it probably should be, but I have it here. And I know that God has a purpose for me, and I've not yet fulfilled that purpose. So, but I mean, yes, I'm fully aware that I can die. I've lost so many people, like, but I just feel like I just recently went through this very, very, very long depression. Like, I mean, debilitating. Like, it was filthy, nasty in here. Just couldn't. And I think that was another trial that God needed me to go through to be able to help somebody with. Because that's all I can think of why I fucking had to start using again and go through. Like, God had another trial for me to be able to help somebody with. That's what I feel like. This last relapse is about. Like, it's more about the depression and the loneliness and the isolation that I put myself through and what I've learned from it. I think that, that was given to me by God for, like, it's a chapter in what I have, what he has in store for me to help people with.
So you think everything you're going through for a reason to help others?
Yeah, everything, and that I have gone through. But this last relapse, it's more about the depression and stuff that I didn't know, like, it very long and drawn out and very deep. So I think that is a part of, that was just another notch of what I'll be able to help somebody with as soon as I get through this.
If I could give you a magic wand and you could wave it and immediately project yourself into a situation in a life for you and your kids, what does that look like? Would things change, or would things just be kind of how they are with unlimited drugs?
Oh no, that would definitely change. I would have my family. I would be a social worker and have like beauty business on the side, like to make extra money, like do both. I would have my kids. Like, I'm the mother. Full time. Like, no, fuck the drugs. No. If I had a magic wand, I'd have a family and I'd be fulfilling my purpose that God has for me, which is everything that he's delivered from me. I help the next woman, person, whatever with. And, show them that it's possible.
Well, I don't have a magic wand, but I believe that you can do that. I do, and I hope that you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.